One of the guys on Instagram, I posted some pictures of the police knucklehead, said, "What's up with the Chevron? What's up with that?" So here's the reality. Harley Davidson, starting in 38, started offering various fender trim, which you could get as standard with various groups, chrome groups, or not. The first trim offered late in the 38 year with the -39 number were these. Here, this is on original paint 38 knucklehead. It does have a -39 number, but the dash number does not necessarily denote the first year of production. It could be the next year or the year before. Case in point, the famous Eaton gas cap right here has a -35 number. They weren't offered in production until mid-36 when the overhead valve knucklehead came out. And that is endemic throughout Harley numbers. You cannot go by the dash number as the actual year it was produced. It's close. It's not exact. Now, unfortunately, I've sold Mud Dauber, which was our standard solo, but any standard solo could be gotten stripped. No trim at all. Nothing. Even on standard trim groups. Even in the panhead years. So, as you see here, with the 38, we have no side trim. That's how it came. 39 had no side trim. That's how it came. If you wanted the deluxe chrome group, you got these automatically. Or you could buy them separate and put it on yourself. This bike here had a deluxe chrome group. I know this because A, it has the chrome dash, and B, it has these. So that tells me I had the deluxe chrome group originally. So what it would have had, that we don't have, is these spotlights have been repainted. So we're going to change that. And it would have had a chrome headlight. This has been changed. This is a military headlight. Obviously, the spotlight bar has been added. You could have added that at the factory. It is a factory custom paint. All that was done. So originally these crash parts were chrome. They've been blacked out. And originally this was chrome. That's been blacked out. And the rear stand I put on, because the stand was busted, most likely would have been a chrome one. How do I know that? Well, I have another era accessory chrome bike over here, which has the chrome rear stand on the 42. Most chrome packages were the standard pre-war and then the standard after the war. They didn't change it much. So your first 2 years of the chrome package would have had, again, fender strips. Usually this was chrome here on the taillight, but I've seen both. Had the chrome dash. Always had the chrome dash on a chrome package. Always. So you could update. You could chrome anything you want. You can chrome the whole bike if you want to spend the money. You put a custom paint job over the chrome bike, but we're talking standard chrome packages here. So standard chrome package would not have been a chrome exhaust system like on our 40 police bike or a chrome toolbox cover. That he would have asked for. He would have asked for the chrome battery cover. But starting in 40, we had a different chrome package. We no longer had the fender strips. Now we've got the Chevron trim. The Chevron trim has these long strips in the back. That's the chrome package, okay? So we have the chrome dash, the chrome headlight, and we have the chrome beehive. This is the chrome package. This is a factory ivory custom paint, which we have invoices for, showing they did it. We have the 3 strips on the front fender, and we have the little Chevron here. We have 2 40s with a chrome package. Here is Greenie with the Chevron trim on the front fender and the 3 strips. Oh, and the chrome headlight. Now, somebody ordered this bike with a lot of nickel. You specify nickel, you specify whatever you want. So I have 3 strips here. Wanted a nickel taillight. Wanted a nickel chain guard. Okay? This is a nickel derby cover. Yeah, we got invoices being that specific. Those are nickel extensions. we've got invoices, specific parts. I want this color, I want that color. You can get as detailed as you want it. That's what special instructions are for. We got nickel handlebars. So, Greenie came with black exhaust with the exhaust covers. That's how it was ordered. Greenie at one time had sidecar on it, because it has little scratches down here where the sidecar goes. So I know it had a sidecar on it one time. That was very common. So your Chevron is 40. And then sometime in 41, we came out with the squash bird, 41 and 42. Now our 41 doesn't have the chrome package. Somebody at some point in time put this headlight on it. You could have asked for it, yes it did, but it didn't have the chrome package. I know this because we have no squash bird, we have no Chevron trim, never has any holes, it's all original paint, factory custom, and we have a black tail light, you follow? And we have a painted dash. So my assumption is, being this headlight is so nice, comparison with the rest of the bike, at some point in time, because these headlights broke, you understand, they were brass. The pre-war bikes, they were brass, and they broke. They were very, very weak. So at some point in time, this headlight's been put on, and it probably was a black one. That's my theory. I don't have a day of sale photo. That is my opinion. So that brings us to our 42. Now we have 41, 42. Again, we have the squash bird package, but this is the chrome package. So we got the squash bird, we got the chrome dash, the squash bird again, chrome taillight. Now on the chrome packages, you always got, starting at 40, see we got the 40 ivory, we got the 40 greeny over there, you follow? Chrome packages, you always got your side trim. A standard solo side trim was extra money most years. I hesitate to say anything all with Harley, because the more I learn about these bikes, the more illiterate I discover I am, including everybody else. Every time I get an original paint, I discover something that I'd never heard of. So the other day, I made a video on these little bird trims. And I go, man, they never made a brass one. And here I am at Ole, and there's a stupid-ass brass one right in front of me I've never seen. A totally different bird. You understand? It's a totally different stamping. I mean, it's a bird, it's an eagle, woo, it's spread wings, but it's a totally different bird. Like, oh, well, I guess I did know. Unfortunately, he wanted too much money, as in $600 too much money, for me to make a point and prove that, yes, they made a different stamping. So, we have quite a few birds. I don't have a part number. I've never found one new in the box. And I've never bothered to go back through my parts books and try to find this stupid-ass part number. So, the bird, I've never personally seen one myself that I can recall on a pre-40 bike. Here are 40. Here, this one has the bird, whereas Greenie has the Comiskey emblems. Here, remember, it's just accessory stuff. And then we got the Comiskey emblems on the 42. So before we get into the post-war stuff, we'll go back and talk some more trim. So the 38 and 39 and pre that did not have any tank badges, it was decals. They didn't have a tank badge until 40 with a stripe. Now you could get this stripe, or no, you could get it with custom stripe, extra, or no, or whatever you wanted. Harley would do graphic paint, purple, white, green. You tell them and pay the money and we'll do it. But that was the standard 40 stripe. It was hand done. What that means, it was the general idea, and the striper comes up and does what he wants. Kind of looked like it, and that's good enough. And because it was hand done, each stripe was different. It was not a pattern. So starting in 41, what you see here on our factory custom, they decided to put on 2 little strips in the front and rear on both sides. That was used all the way through 46. And as you go back through my other videos, as I pointed out with proof on the invoices, which I had no idea until I got the invoices, that the last 46s, which had the bull neck frame, are actually 47 production. That's why it's got offset springer and a bull neck frame. And they had sold too many bikes and couldn't produce them due to war material shortages in 46. But the produced in 46 bike had an inline springer, had this beautiful frame here. They always had this trim on any of the 46s. And if you had the standard solo again, they did not come with this side trim that was extra money. They didn't even come with an air cleaner. It came with an air scoop. You want an air cleaner, it's more money. It's another $3. $3 is a lot of money. So starting in the 47 production year, they made what we call a Speedball badge. Well, this Speedball badge was made through 1950. And if you remember the videos on Mud Dauber had a black one, and it was a totally different design, different stamping. And I had the 49 with the maroon one. So, and as you see here, we have red grips. These are not painted. These are actual in the material. So pre-war, everybody thinks white grips for 36 and 7 and all that. Well, that's what the catalog shows. The catalog was an idea. You can get black, you can get blue, you can get red, you can get green, whatever color you want. That's the only other color set of grips that are actually colored I've ever seen. I knew you could get them, but here's the bike in living color. Right in front of you. Pre-war with the grips. Boom. So yeah, they did. So you don't have to have white. You can have black. You get the color of your bike. They have the color of the rainbow. So stuff like this is extra trim. Harley offered it. Buco. Lots of different companies offer this sort of stuff. And who made it for Harley? They just bought it from the manufacturer, just like they do today. So we're going to go over and talk a few more little trims. So here you get to see them off the bike. You see these bird emblems on a real one. These are baits. This is for the side of the springer, but you can mount them anywhere, in a wide glide, wherever you wanted to stick them. It's just buy a thing and stick it. The stars are Buco. But I've seen other stars where it's just a wing and a jewel, and I don't have no idea because I don't have a catalog. Could have been a lot of people. Maybe it was Buco, maybe somebody else. Here's some more Speedball badges off the bike. And they always have a fox grip in it somewhere. So this will pick it up or not. This one here has it here. I've seen it various locations. It says fox grip real faint. Or, I'll not say fox grip. It says fox something or other. Fox Company on this one. So these are the Chevron trims. These are all NOS. I've got a fair number of them. And here is our 40 to 46 style. Now this is real interesting. All these here, see, that's our little patent mark there. And here's a patent mark here. The patent marks are in different locations. And these here came from a Harley dealer buyout I got, and they're supposedly NOS. But this one, I can't find a patent mark on it anywhere. But this one, they're in the same destroyed box as the patent marks. So, this could have been a repop that got stuck in some point in time. Who knows? And here's the NOS side trims. And I've never found a patent mark on them. These are old stock, and you can tell that they have age. So you just have to be really, really careful, because a lot of people are using magic juju now to age stuff. And here is our 40 Chevron trim, the front and the rear off the bike. And here is a squashed bird off the bike. So we have quite a few various stampings of the bird. You can see here different beaks, different head. The stamp war. So then we go up to our 1949. 1949 came out with these Chevron trim here, sergeant stripes we call them today, and that's what they called them at the time. But they go on both sides of the fender. There's 3 of them. Now I have a fender from my cop bike in the back that has no holes. So this was an option. You could say I don't want it. Follow? So that's 49 and 50, 51 to 54 had this on each side, and one on each side of the fender. Boom and boom. Starting in 51, you had your tank badge. The tank badge had a line under it, but 54, just one badge, and most of the 54s were brass, not all of them. Never say all with Harley. It doesn't work that way. Not how they did it. But these are for the K model, made at the time. These are various tank badges. So, now we have here, NOS in the box, dash 48 trim. And that is usually what the side of the front looks like, and usually what the rear looks like. But they made these for 125s, they made them for panheads, they made them for knuckleheads, totally different width of the fender. So you gotta put it on the fender and see what it fits. You can't just go, oh, if you don't have the measurement in your head, you don't know. You have to put it on the fender. Oops. See the different widths? Look at that. Look at the difference of the width. So you have to go by the width. It was the width that made it. And CAD often, not always, ages this beautiful yellow in the box sitting on the shelf. So this here started coming out in 49. And again, they made it on 125 in the K model. And they came out with these side trims here. It's only for the front. And they usually had it, but not always. You can get it without. You put various other trims on it. Lots of people made aftermarket trims, that sort of stuff. So you can get it without if you wanted. So, the Speedball again started in 47, like on our beautiful blue right there. Okay, 47. It was made through 50, starting in 51. It came out with a Harley Davidson script with the line underneath. 54 was no line. Then, in 55, they came out with these badges here, 55 and 6. These are real, and I can't find any marking on it. So, that doesn't mean some of them didn't have it. But those particular ones don't. Then in 57, we'll look at our 57 here. They came out with a plastic badge. So the 57s were red with gold. Gold always fades out. As the 57 and 59s are black. You still see some gold here on the front. So again, this is original paint 57. And again, we've got this really strange, totally different, I've never seen before, little taillight bracket on this particular bike. It's not how, it's Harley Davidson, but it's different than the other ones, which we made a video about that. So anyhow, that's your various trims through the knucklehead and rigid panhead hydroglide era. I don't have enough dual glide stuff to discuss it. So, hope I answered whoever's question that was, and we'll see you guys on the next video.